Well, hi everyone, Mayor Drew Dilkins here. Welcome to another edition of Mayor's Minute. I am very excited to be with Pierre Gerard, who is the General Manager of Windsor Salt and the Ojibwe Mine. And of course, Windsor Salt has been part of our community since 1893, and it is not too often that we get a chance to go underground about 975 feet all the way to 1,450 feet to see for ourselves what goes on in this salt mine. So we're delighted today. We've been trying to do this since about 2019 and COVID and everything that was going on. It took us a little while to get this going, but we're happy to take you down below. Pierre is going to be our guide today and show us this important operation, what it means to our city. Of course, they've been here so long. Over 300 people work between the mine and the brining facility, employ 300 people in this community for a long, long time. And the good news is the work that is going on at Windsor Salt means more investment for the city, an expansion of the mine, and more jobs for the next 100 years for people in the city of Windsor. So let's go take a look, Pierre.
Absolutely, let's do it. Welcome to 975, gents.
So Pierre, we're at the first level, 975 feet down. We've traveled 4.5 kilometers from where we came down the shaft. We're now underneath the town of LaSalle, and we're at a part of the mine where you can tell the ceiling is it's much shorter here, and we're at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. After 70 years plus of mining on this level, we've hit the edge, right? And we probably have another good year of mining here in different panels, but it's been a great mining resource, but it's time to move on to the next generation of mining at Ojibwe. We're very excited.
Which takes us to the next level, down, not 975 feet down, 1,450 feet. So let's go take a look down there. The high-quality salt bed we're visiting today, the result of Windsor Salt's investment, is located 1,450 feet below ground and will enable another generation of miners and tradespeople and engineers to continue producing salt right here in Windsor. This expansion project is in the final stages of completion, and Windsor Salt expects it to be in production on the new level in just a few short weeks. Well, here we're here with Pierre. We're standing in one of the front end loaders in a bucket right now. Look at the size of this thing. I'm 6'4", and this is where they would scoop the salt up. You'll see this in the video, but 13 tons per scoop. And obviously, we're in a salt mine, so when it comes to corrosion, I think people would believe that things deteriorate very quickly. But you said, no, that's not true.
No, it doesn't. Not underground. On surface, it does, because there's a lot of water, but down here, it's nice and dry. So we use our 2900 scoops. Caterpillar makes a fine product there, and we have very, very good mechanics that do a great job maintaining these pieces of equipment that haul all that salt up to surface.
So talk to us about equipment this size and getting it down here to begin with, and how it has to come down and how it gets assembled and how you manage that.
Yeah, so obviously we can't take this giant piece of equipment in one shot. Our shaft is not big enough, so we have to split it. Typically a loader like this would come in 8 pieces, and we would sling all the pieces down the shaft, bring it to the shop here, and the mechanics and techs would put it back together, which is amazing.
So pretty amazing. Everything here, you're going to see some photos and some video of all the work that's going on here, but some real excellent, highly skilled people working down here to keep this operation running 24/7.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So we're at the face of one of the chambers underground here, and you can see the equipment. Two 20-foot holes are being dug or drilled into the wall at the same time to prepare for the next blast. Pierre, tell us why there are 3 holes dug in the face, and what does the circle with the red around it mean?
Right, so the prep crew will come in and they'll inspect the face. They'll make sure everything is nice and tight, that there's no loose scale, and then they'll also mark these holes, these red holes. That's the bottom of the explosive hole from the last blast. The driller has to stay away from those, so that's just to identify to the driller, hey, stay away. And then the 3 holes in the center are a relief cut, and without a relief, the salt would just project out when we blast it. That's really the way to keep the salt right where we need it and not create a giant concussion.
So here we are at one of the walls. All of the holes have been loaded with explosives and filled with ammonium nitrate, ready to go off, and all of the charges are set to go off by milliseconds. So it'll blast the bottom layer first, and then the top layers to dissolve the rest of the wall so it can be taken away. So we're going to see, this is what things look like just after the blast. Now you have the front end loader coming in, removing all of the salt that has been exploded and ready to go to the conveyor system to take it up above ground. So Pierre, people don't know, but underneath, under the ground here, there's over 10 kilometers of conveyor belts that take the salt that is blasted to a pit, which we're looking at right now. Can you tell us exactly what we're looking at and how this works?
Yeah, so this is what's called our surge bin. That allows us to keep a certain surge inventory of salt, keep the hoist fed at all times. So right now you see the conveyor system out of the mine is not pulling any salt in, but we're actually able to feed the hoist with this bin. So that helps us decouple the hoist from the mining process.
As the Ojibwe mine expansion comes to an end, Windsor Salt has just received approvals to go ahead with a $10 million expansion of their operations at the Windsor evaporation facility. Now this, of course, is a very, very exciting time for Windsor Salt and the city of Windsor. These major milestone developments in the life of both of these facilities are examples of the growth that Windsor Salt and the city of Windsor are both experiencing at this time. Through strong partnerships and the support of the province, we are all continuing to work together to build our city up. Well, I sure hope Windsorites have enjoyed the tour of the city under our city, and Pierre too, and the team, 200 individuals who come to work every day since 1950. This mine has been ongoing, and the work that you've seen today, moving from 975 feet down to 1,450 feet, guarantees the future of this mine for probably 100 years, another few generations.
We're very excited about that. We hope at least 3 more.
Yeah, well, thank you for all the work that you and the team do here. Really proud to put Windsor Salt on my table and Windsor Salt on our roads and to ship it all around the world. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of Mayor's Minute.